Hey, what's up with the title of this video? Are you seriously going to compare the solid-state logic Oracle to the UF8 DAW controller? The Oracle is a $200,000 console and the UF8 is a $1,300 DAW controller. I think you've been wearing your headphones a bit too tight on your head and the radio waves have gotten to your brain.
Okay, so welcome back. Listen, I'm just going to jump right into it because I know a lot of you folks out there, you've read the title to this video and you're probably thinking to yourself, nice try, G-Sharp, clickbait, huh? Well, honestly, it wasn't meant to be clickbait. It was meant to be a bit humorous. It was meant to be a bit thought-provoking, but I'm kind of serious about what I was saying in that title. Let's take a look at exactly where am I going with this video. But first, I want to talk very, very briefly about the SSL Oracle, their new inline console. The Oracle just came out maybe a couple of months ago. I've done some research on it, did some reading, called Solid State Logic with a friend of mine over there, asked him a few questions, and friend of mine, I mean, we go back like 25 years. This guy actually helped me put together my studio back in Brooklyn, New York. Spoke to him, had a few questions for him. Very knowledgeable person. Maybe I'll get him on the channel one day soon. So I'm not going to mention any names right now. Hoping to get him on the channel one day. But anyway. The Oracle is their new inline console. And this thing, first things first, great job, Solid State Logic, because this thing is amazing. It is amazing. You want to talk about the ultimate hybrid console for use in your hybrid studio? This is it. This is it. This thing comes loaded with so many different features. And again, I'm not going to jump in too much on what the features are. There are already a bunch of videos out here on YouTube, and they're talking about it on the blogs. There's plenty of information out there. There's no sense in me repeating any of that. So let me just give you a brief overview of what the Oracle is. The Oracle, again, is their new inline console. It comes in, I believe it's 36 or 48 channel configurations. It has this thing that's called their dynamic automation, and you see me peeking over here to my notes, and if you watch my videos for a while, you know that I do have notes while I'm speaking to you, and not because I don't know what I'm talking about, but because I want to make sure I don't forget anything. I like to be as thorough as possible. But anyway, this console has what they call dynamic automation. This dynamic automation takes control of the motorized faders that are built into this console. And whatever's going on in your DAW is also going to happen with those motorized faders. Is that groundbreaking? Not really. But compare that to everything else that this board does, and you can start to see the big picture of just how groundbreaking this board is. They also use something called the active analog system. This active analog system makes your EQ, your gain, and your routing recallable. Okay? Groundbreaking? No. Next level? Yes. All of those things are now recallable. So you don't have to go back into your system every time you pull something up or take notes. Okay, the EQ setting on channel 1 was this, and I had this going here, and I had this routed here. It's all recallable. Huge, huge selling point. The third thing that I really liked about this was something that they call O control. The O control, as simplistic as this may sound, this is big. It will save your project. It will reload the project. It will save all the settings in the project. This O control, and I'm just touching the surface of what this O control can do. But imagine now, you have a mixing board, a recording console. Motorized faders will mirror everything that's going on in your DAW, has total recall of all of your snapshots, has the motorized faders, which I think I already said, and can save all of your presets and everything else that you put into it. But that's not all, as they like to say. It also has 360 integration. Now, if you're not familiar with the solid state logic 360 ecosystem, it takes the UF8, the UF1, and the UC1, puts them all together into one nice package for you, controllable by one piece of software. All of your plugins, all of your hardware, controlled by one piece of software. And this Oracle is integrated with that 360 ecosystem. Big. That's big. That's big. Now, all of that to get to the UF8. Unless you've been living under a rock for the last 5 years, let me explain to you what the UF8 is. The UF8 is a DAW controller. It takes control of the faders on the screen. It comes with 8 faders. It can be configured and daisy chained so that you can daisy chain 3 of these things together, and now you have 24 channels. If you don't want to go out and buy 3 of these things, you can just use 1, but there's a button on there for different banks. So you can be in bank 1, which would be channels 1 through 8, bank 2, which would be channels 9 through 16, and bank 3, which would be channels 17 through 24. So you can control 24 channels with just one of these UF8s. It gives you the ability to make adjustments to the send levels for the software that you're using on a particular channel. It has what they call quick keys, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. What quick keys does, anything that exists within your DAW, and I mean, well, I shouldn't say anything, but almost all of the functionality of the DAW can now be accessed with the press of one of these quick keys on the UF8. Pretty amazing. Nice try, G-Sharp. Clickbait, huh? Now, where am I going with this video? Okay, stick with me, humor me for a little bit, and you will see where I'm going with this video. I want you to use your imagination and think about the UF8 over here and the Oracle over here, and fuse the two of them together into one console. One compact console, no bigger than the UF8. Think about it this way. You are familiar with the solid state logic Big 6 recording console / mixer / summing board / everything else that it does. Another amazing piece of gear from solid state logic. Imagine the UF8 and the Oracle fused together into one compact system, no bigger than the Big 6. Looks pretty much like the Big 6, but has all the functionality of everything that I just described to you between those two pieces of equipment. That would be amazing. Question becomes, how are you going to take everything that goes on that big Oracle recording console and squeeze it into something the size of the UF8 or the Big 6? Can't possibly be done. First thing, on the back of the Oracle and their Origin and their AWS and all the other boards that they have, and practically every other board that's out there, you've got all these insert slots and all these things that you have to plug stuff into. There's no way you can ever get something that big, that compact, down to the size of the UF8 with all the connections that you have to make on the back of this thing. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Bluetooth? Have you ever heard of wireless connections? Sound familiar? Hold on a second. You see this right here? This is my cell phone, my trusty Android cell phone. This cell phone has the ability to make phone calls, send text messages, take pictures, edit the pictures, scroll the internet, load a bunch of apps on here, voice editing, text editing. This thing does a lot in this tiny little package here. This tiny little package does a lot. Case in point, This tiny little package right here has more. This is a fact. This is not my opinion. This little piece of gear right here has more technology built into it than all of the technology that was used to put a man on the moon 50 years ago. Think about that. So you're going to tell me that between all the huge manufacturers that are out there, that 10 or 15 years from now, if not sooner, they're not going to be able to take what an Oracle looks like today and squeeze it down into a tiny package the size of a UF8 or a Big 6? It is very possible. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be shocked if the prototypes are already out there, or the research and development departments at these manufacturers are already considering something like this. And here's why. If you've been watching my videos for the last several weeks, you know that the main focus has been on one of two things. Either upgrading the gear that you already have in your studio because of what's to come with artificial intelligence and the way it's going to be incorporated into the home recording situation, or downgrading the equipment that you already own because of the changes that artificial intelligence is going to bring to the recording industry. You're going to end up doing one of the two. If you don't, you're going to be stuck in the past. You think, and you heard me say this before on a previous video, do you think the manufacturers aren't aware of this? Of course they are. Their engineers get paid big, big bucks to be well aware of what's going on and what to anticipate in the future and how to keep up with the future. Think about it. 10 years from now, 20 years ago, this looked like this. 10 years from now, the Oracle may be the size of the UF8. Is it possible? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Is it already in the make? I have no idea. I have no idea. But this guy with a degree in economics who just sat down one night and said, wait a minute. I wonder if, and how could it be, and maybe they're already thinking, if this guy with a degree in economics and very few classes that I took in college on engineering, basic engineering stuff, only because I was curious about it. If this guy with an economics degree can think of something like this, trust me, the guys over at Solid State Logic and Rupert Neve and all the rest of them have already thought about it and are probably already working on it. They're thinking about it. Brings me to the point of this video. Again, I've been stressing this point for the last several weeks, and I will continue to. And in some way, shape, form, or the other, I will continue to incorporate this particular issue, subject, whatever you want to call it, into all of my videos. And that is, be prepared for the future. Because it is not right around the corner. It's already standing on your doorstep, getting ready to ring your doorbell. It's coming, and it's coming quick. It's coming real quick. Be prepared for it. How do you get prepared for it? Think outside of the box. Take a look at what's going on in the industry. Connect the dots. The puzzle is coming together. The pieces are all set on the table. And the evidence is already out there. Stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more coming for you in the next few weeks. As always, everyone stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, G Sharp Jams out.